Join us now as WrestleMania looks at the 13th June episode of SmackDown, as well as the wildest wrestling news, stories, and rumors you need to know, including fallout from Jey Uso's title loss continues, Mr. Iguana battling backstage heat, is Mr. Iguana the prototype for future superstars, several legends set to return to WWE, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good. Finally, a suitable role for Nia Jax. Nia Jax remains a controversial figure in WWE, with some fans questioning why she gets such a big push. While that's a valid argument, tonight's segment with Nia Jax was a good use for her, as her feud with Tiffany Stratton now has big stakes. Nia setting Stratton up for a situation where Naomi can swoop in with her Money in the Bank briefcase and beat Stratton. Naomi's delightful heel work. Naomi is fast becoming one of WWE's best heels, someone who believes she's in the right for her actions, but is also playing an underhanded and vicious character who poses a clear and present danger to anyone on WWE's roster. Naomi's ring work has always been top flight, but her new heel character could cement her as a top player. King and Queen of the Ring shaping up. This year's King and Queen of the Ring looks like a must-see event as fans prepare for the semifinals and finals over the next few weeks. The level of competition, especially in the men's matches, has been off the charts, leading to must-see matches and speculation on how things will play out as the tournament continues. For example, could fans see friends such as Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso battle for a spot in the finals, and what lengths will they go to in order to win? R-Truth's situation sizzles. R-Truth is a new man as seen by tonight's attack on John Cena. Truth knows what he wants, and his new attitude has already delivered the goods as he's set to battle John Cena on next week's SmackDown. So much talent. Tonight's men's King of the Ring matches reminded fans just how stacked WWE's roster is, as every match featured upper card and main event players, giving fans star-studded matches that elevated the prestige of the King of the Ring tournament. John Cena's heel turn finally taking off. John Cena's heel turn is finally taking off as the 17-time world champion seems to have found his groove as a heel. Tonight's segment, where Cena revealed his Mount Rushmore of wrestling, giving himself all 4 slots, was arrogance at its finest, while his microphone battle with CM Punk played well off of their history together, hyping fans for their match at Night of Champion. The bad. Wyatts need a clear direction and fast. Does WWE have any long-term or even short-term plans for the Wyatt Six? The group hasn't done anything notable since their return, and the current strategy of producing rambling hype videos and occasionally hosting matches isn't working. The Wyatt Six have potential, but they're an act that requires serious planning, both in terms of storylines and opponents. WWE's booking of the faction is a disservice to the fans and everyone involved in the faction. Where are the tag champions? Where are the Street Profits? Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins should be featured players on SmackDown, which, to its credit, books its men's tag team undercard well. It's never a good sign when you can't find room for your champions in a 3-hour show. Women's champions on the sidelines. It's good to see more segments and matches with the WWE's women's division, especially the undercard, but it's troubling when champions like Tiffany Stratton and Zelina Vega are booked into supporting roles at best to get over other talent. Stratton's push as champion has been erratic, while Vega's has been downright dismal. Both should be defending the titles regularly and put into segments where they're the focus rather than extras in a cast of thousands. The downright ugly. The Slim Jim table is coming out. WWE's product placement has grown to ridiculous levels as seen by tonight's commentary, where Joe Tessitore noted Cody Rhodes grabbing a table from under the ring and announced, "The Slim Jim table is coming out." The WWE universe is already disgusted with WWE's endless exploitation of empty space, and not only is this example downright ugly, it shows WWE doesn't care what its fans think as long as the money keeps coming in. News. Rikishi calls for WWE to fire writers. What does Rikishi think of Jey Uso dropping the world title to Gunther? As you may expect, Jey's proud papa is furious with the call for main event Jey to drop the title, and the master of the stink face is now demanding WWE fire its writers. During the latest episode of his Off the Top Rope podcast, the WWE Hall of Famer demanded, "I say fire those that are writing for his kid here. If you can't come up with something simple to promote and push your champion that you, not me, decided to put this kid in that position, and then that's it. All of a sudden, you can't write, you can't think of an angle for Jey." As WrestleMania noted yesterday, Rikishi was already complaining about Jey's booking before his title loss, arguing he needed top-level opponents to prove his worth. Now that Jey's been dethroned, Rikishi shifted gears. "What is it against my boy? Would you have done that to Randy Orton? Would you have done that to John Cena? The last time we saw WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, damn it, he had the whole arena yeet, 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 your mother yeet. Do you agree with Rikishi's latest rant? Jey Uso's new role revealed. Good news for fans of former world champion Jey Uso, as Raw general manager Adam Pearce revealed on social media that Main Event Jey is the mystery entrant for this Monday's men's King of the Ring first round match featuring Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed. Scrap Daddy Pearce revealed that he planned to book Gunther or Jey Uso into the fourth and final slot, depending on who won last week's world title match. If Jey can win the match and go on to win King of the Ring, he'll be back in the driver's seat as he can challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Mr. Iguana in the hot seat. Mr. Iguana is currently one of WWE's hottest new acts, but the 37-year-old AAA wrestler may also have backstage heat thanks to an interview he had and WWE's decision to put him on the main roster rather than send him to NXT first. This week's Wrestling Observer newsletter referenced an interview Mr. Iguana had where Iguana did an interview with Linea Directa TV and confirmed that he will be competing on WWE's main roster without going through NXT. When asked about what it would take to get him on the main roster, he said, "Tell them nothing because I'm already here. I'm literally here." Mr. Iguana, who's wrestled for 16 years, also mentioned how Shawn Michaels told him he'd be skipping NXT because he's moving merchandise at breakneck speed, something which has rubbed some wrestlers the wrong way. Dave Meltzer explored the situation further during an episode of Wrestling Observer Radio. He went and did like an honest interview, and that didn't work very well because he begged them to take it down. You know, they didn't want it out that Shawn Michaels told him, "You're not going to be in developmental, but I'll give you money." Given WWE's current approach to maximizing money regardless of long-term consequences, such as gouging fans for tickets or running multiple shows in one weekend, it's no surprise that Mr. Iguana has been pushed to capitalize on his remarkable popularity. Whether Mr. Iguana becomes a lasting superstar or a flash in the pan remains to be seen. However, as we'll see next, he may be a sign of what every wrestler needs to bring to the table. Mr. Iguana, the prototype for future superstars? As odd as it may seem, Mr. Iguana may be the prototype for wrestlers looking to break out in WWE, at least as far as Dave Meltzer is concerned. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Diamond Dave opined, "The thing I think is important, and this is the real takeaway, is the lesson that it is far more important as a wrestler to come up with something unique along with having ability than just worrying about your ability." On the surface, Meltzer may seem like he's overstating the obvious, especially since WWE's been heavy on gimmicks since the days when Vincent Kennedy McMahon gave wrestlers various gimmicks to get over, but there's a key difference: wrestlers' abilities. Now Meltzer seems to be arguing that there's a new standard for success. Because going forward in this business, everyone is going to have the ability. You're not going to survive without the ability. The standards in the ring are so high now that everyone's got to be good. But that's not enough anymore. It's about standing out. Do you think Mr. Iguana is the model for wrestlers looking to break out from the pack? Let us know in the comments below. Trish Stratus being prepped for Evolution appearance? WWE's all-female PLE Evolution is less than a month away, 13th July for those keeping track, and it looks like Nikki Bella isn't the only Hall of Famer who could appear at the event. As WrestleVotes is reporting, Trish Stratus is coming to SmackDown next week as well. While WWE hasn't booked any matches other than an NXT Women's Championship match between Jacy Jayne and an opponent who is yet to be determined, the idea of adding legends to the show is a no-brainer, especially if WWE wants it to succeed. Nikki Bella bringing in backup? Last but not least, Trish Stratus and Nikki Bella could be joined by another WWE Hall of Famer, as Nikki Bella is hinting that Twin Magic could reunite. Nikki recently spoke with Sports Illustrated, noting how she'd like to team with her twin sister Brie. That's definitely what I'm hoping to see. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like having my own time, but also I can't do it without my tag partner. So you never know. As we love to say in WWE, you never know what's going to happen. It keeps us on our toes, but you just gotta stay tuned. Gotta keep tuning in. Liv Morgan attacked Nikki during this week's Raw, fueling speculation the two might clash at Evolution. However, if Brie returns, fans could see the Bellas battle the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.